Hi dear colleagues, in this part we will prepare test exam, and through this part we will see also available question types on Schoology. I will create the exam through this test exam from this class, and all I need to just click on add materials and add test quiz, and then I will name the test. I will just say test and exam, let's say, and due date can be till which time and date the students has to do the test. Let's say the 10th April, and the points that you're gonna give, I will evaluate students out of 100. In category section, I'm going to select test and exam. If you didn't set up these gradebook settings, you can watch my tutorial. You can find on description, or you can find in my playlist, and over there you will see how to set up these things. And later on you can also create those things, assignments, quizzes, and so on. And after you do them, we will choose this, and we will choose also the period you're teaching, and of course the result is going to be numeric, and you can also check those things and students can see the results. And finally we click create. Now I will click on this button to add some questions. Before I add questions, I would like to show you the text here on the button, and then we will start placing questions. So the text is used if you would like to put any text paragraph before the questions on your test. So you can click on the text and place your text there. I think those things goes mostly for language lessons or for geography, history lessons. You could write in a paragraph, and then students need to read, and through those things you can prepare some questions, and students are going to answer those questions based on this text. So you can also use this part for alignment. It's kind of the ribbon of the word. Okay, so I finish with the text, and then I will say create text, and before the questions students will see this text. So this is optional. If you need to put any text, all you need to just go down and choose the text. Now let's quickly start from the true-false question type. I will write my first question. Is it really easy to prepare tests on Schoology? So our answer is going to be true, and you can find firstly you need to double check that are you selecting the true, and when you click on this you will see a drop down menu, and from here you will find your correct answer. And if you want, you can also change those things based on your language. If your students are talking in different language, for true false you can translate them and write them in your language, and then choose the correct one here. And later on you can also say you can do this time limit. You can give only 30 seconds to students for true false question, so whatever you write will be counted as a minutes. So 1 means 60 seconds, but if you want to give 30 seconds, you will write there 0.5. And how many points the student will gain after he answered correctly, you need to also emphasize this. Let's say 10 points, and we have prepared the question. So the students will see the question like this. They will just choose the answer from these two and then submit or go to the next question. Let's continue with multiple choice question. Here I would like to show you also how to place content to the question. You can place from here some photos if you would like. Example, I will go to image media and go to click attach file. Example, I have some documents here. I would like to take this photo and then ask students what are those kids doing. After you write your choices for the question, you need to choose the correct answer. Our correct answer is going to be choice 3. Okay, if you would like to put more choices, all you need to just click on the add and it will bring you another. If you want to remove that, you're gonna click on the remove blank, so it's going to remove it. By the way, you will find also an icon beside the choice and rich text editor where you can change the looking of the text by changing its color. You can make it bold, italic. You can also add some photo to the choices. So if you want to change any color, anything here, let's make this red and bold. So we will save the change and the student will see it like that. And later on you can also randomize choices and you can give time for the question. Let's say we would like to give 1 minute for this question and the student will get 10 points, or you can give more points, it's up to you. Create question and students will see the question just like this, the photo here and a question is over there, and then they will just find the correct answer. Let's continue with another question type. It's going to be ordering. So here is a question for the ordering, and now we need to write the correct order on the options. After you write 4 options, example, if you need more, you will just select here the number you want. Example, I want 2, and then I will click and it will give me 2 more. After you write all these items, you can also go to time limit and give an example 1 minute for this question, and in this time students will try to order this correctly, and you can give example 15 points for this question, and we click create question. Students will find a question just like this. They just need to hold from these arrows and then put this up or down. That's it. And then after they find the correct, they will go to the next question. Let's continue with another question type, short answer essay question. Here, in this question type, you will just write the question and you will not expect it to write any answer, any choices or any options. Students only will write their own answers. While we write our question, I can also mention you about those parts. And the character limits, if you want to limit students' amount of characters, you can click on this and write the number, example 200, and students cannot go beyond this specified number. Next one, allow rich text answers for students. If we check this one, we will allow students to use these editing tools. Students also can edit some equations, and they can also put some photos. We will see also when we look at the student's view. We can also put limit for the question. Let's say we can say 3 minutes for the question, or let's give 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes students has to answer this, and we can also grade this. And next, rubrics. Students are going to write some text, and you can also evaluate them based on some criteria. If you have done rubric scales, you can, example, select the which one is for this question, and you're gonna see your criterias that's coming from the rubrics. If you haven't done rubrics before, you can see the description on the button, and from there you can watch another tutorial to do that one. And after you do that, you can also set your criterias for the question, and then you can evaluate students' answer based on this criteria. This is how students are going to see the question, and they will write here the answer, the CO, and then the things will continue. And by the way, it counts down the characters. They can edit something, they can put also bullet lists, and they can insert photo, math equations, and blah blah. And there is also the rubrics as you assign, because you're going to evaluate with rubrics, and students will know with what criteria they will be evaluated with, and considering them, students will try to give their best answers, and then when they answer, they will go to next. Next one is the math question. They can use equation. Students can use equation, and from this dialog bar they will just find the necessary one for their answer. Example, they can take these ones, and then it's going to be 8 times 2, 8 coming from there, and 40 here, and they can also continue answering like this, blah blah. But they can also use this way. They can write their answer on a piece of paper and then take the photo of this and send to their computer, and from the computer they can attach here. So just like this one. So teacher is going to see the answer. Okay, this is what I wrote here, and then they will click next. Next question type is going to be fill in the blank. Let's prepare a question together. I'm going to place this whole text together here with the answers. I'm going to delete some parts and then place there underline. And when you place underline, it will consider this underline as a blank. And we will expect from students write the correct answer. So it was C there, and I will write the correct answer there. Okay? And if I want something else, example here, water, I will put the underline to the water. So it's going to be my second blank, and I'm gonna write here water. And I would like to do also this one, underline, and I will say there year. After we write these blanks, we can also say that more than one answers also available. Example, if you go add an answer, we will write here example 12 months. So we will also accept this one as a correct answer. If students write year or 12 months, it will be accepted. If you want, you can also add more options like this. It can be also added for each blanks. When we go to allow partial credit, it means let's say if you assign here 15 points, for each correct answer, student will gain 5 points. But if you uncheck this, let's say students answer 2 of them correct, another one is wrong, it will give you 0 point. But if you check this one, students will get for 2 answers 10 points. So better to check this, so it will be fair for every student. To the word bank, you can write some words that's going to remind the answers to the students, but you shouldn't write here answers, because whatever you write here will be displayed on students' test. If you check case sensitive, and system will check if the answer exactly written as you wrote here. Example, water with the small letters, and students also has to write small letters. If you wrote with a capital, and the system will not accept that. So better uncheck this. If you want to put time, you can write their example 1 minute, and then student will try to find the answer in 1 minute. Here, how students will see the questions. He gave them a seat, we will write quickly, and the second blank is going to be water, I think, right? And then another one is going to be year, and then you click submit. Last question type is going to be matching. So the question is going to be find the correct match. We will write here correct matches. Here you have the use rich text editor. If you want, you can go with the photos, or you can write questions there, whatever you want. But I will go with the photos. You can add also some photos to these blanks. I will find my photos from my computer. Example here, this is the photo. I will save changes. I will repeat the same action for each sides quickly. After I finish this part, I will write the correct match for this one. After we write these matches, we can also click on these filler words. If you want to give more answers for these questions on the left, you can write them here. So the question is going to be a little bit harder for the students because you will have more options to choose. After you write filler words, actually you can also click add another. You can have more options like this. Allow partial credits. As we talked in the previous one, it will give some points for the students for each correct answer. If we say 20 per each student will gain 5 points. So we can jump this, we don't need that one. We can give 2 minutes for the question and then we will go to create question. So students will see the question like this, find the correct match. On the left there are 4 options. As I said, the filler part is showing the 6 answers because we added 2 extra. So now if on edge bound, students has to find which one is the correct. Example, the correct answer is C, and find the correct one. So when they find the answers, they will just go to the next one or submit. After finishing these questions, I would like to also share you something which is going to be important for your coming tests. We can keep our questions in the banks. You can click on this and add to bank. So firstly, we need to find a question bank. If you don't have the specific question bank for this, or if you have one but not specific for these question types, you can click on the new question bank and write there the question bank name, and I will keep them on the home page and it will add a question there. So I will also do the same thing for other questions. So in the next part, I will just go to home and find the general, and it will directly add a question there. So I will do the same thing for other questions, and in the next tutorial I will also tell you how to prepare question using your question banks. Let's go to settings. In the instruction part, you can inform students by writing some notes, and in the next part you can go to submissions. You need to enable this. You can also enable this from one time to another time. Example, your exam is going to be tomorrow, Friday, and it's going to start at 12:20 and from 12:20 to 12:50, let's say. So it will be 12:50, right? And it's PM. And if you want, you can put a time limit, but it doesn't allow you because we already put a time for each question. And how many times students has to attempt? 1 or 2. 1 is good, I think. But if you check the 1, make sure you check the resumable, because sometimes students face with the internet problem, and then when the internet come back or they fix the problem, they can resume the exam. And we can randomize the questions, and so it's better not to let students see the answers. Okay, they can share each other. So hide the values also for the moment, so they can get the answers from you later on. And then you will click on the save changes, and when the time comes, students will start doing the test questions. After you set everything, you can also share the same exam with other courses by clicking on a copy course, and you could choose the other classes and you can share with them. And when you click copy, the same exam will go to other classes. And when you finish the exam, you can go to results, As you see, the results are here, but it doesn't show the results because there are some questions waiting to be graded. You need to go to view attempts, and then you're gonna click on this icon, view edit, and you will read the answer and you will give your grade. And when you say save changes, let's go back to results one more time, and then it will show you the result. Okay, so I hope it was useful to understand everything about the preparing a test quiz on Schoology. So see you in another tutorial. All the best. Bye bye.